I told him that the Chinese man in one of the companies was the illegitimate son of a member of the Standing Committee of China. He said that couldn't be true. The guy was born in the United States. I said that those born in the United States are indeed part of the Chinese Communist Party's gene plan. This American-born Chinese is one of the people who controls the secrets of almost all human beings. He has more information than the CIA. I said if one day he sits in the interrogation chair, you will ask him 2 questions: who was behind the Sinovac vaccine? When did Sinovac technology started, and what's the relationship between AI, Sinovac technology, and vaccines?
Hello, my name is Ava. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Henry. Hi, Richard.
Hello, Ava, Henry, and global fellow fighters. Very excited to be with you again.
Hello, Ava. Hello, Richard. Thank you for having me on, and then great to see you here.
You know, today we have a beautiful PPT, right? And there's lots of vocabulary. Thanks, Richard. And I really try my best. It's so hard for me. I think it's luckily we have a Henry. Henry know everything. So please read it for us.
Okay, thank you, Ava. Please look at the first slide. The neurological symptoms. A variety of new neurological issues emerged, most of which was likely due to circulatory impairments and inflammation. Tinnitus was one of the most frequently reported neurological symptoms. Dizziness was the other most frequently reported symptoms. Brain fog and cognitive impairment, another common vaccine injury symptoms, was also repeatedly reported, although nowhere near as frequently as it is seen in vaccine and injured patients. Eye issues were frequently reported, such as partial vision loss, frequently attributed to blood clots in the eye bleeds, conjunctivitis, bloodshot eyes, dry eyes, burning eyes, double vision, blurry vision, eye lens turned opaque, numerous retinal detachment, vitreous detachment floaters, and unspecified eyes issues. Please look at the second one. Thank you. Stroke, clinical signs of stroke without a diagnosis, arm weakness, and Bell's palsy. Now, just some people who also had chronic Lyme disease and then a severe form of shingles in association with COVID vaccination was the most well-known incidences of COVID vaccination preceding Bell's palsy. Seizures, including one that was fatal, internal vibrations, and unusual symptoms which has been linked to non-COVID and vaccine injuries, shaking, bustling, or feeling as though firework was going off inside the body. One case of exploding head syndromes, a non-dangerous disorder where individuals inexplicable hear very loud noise like firecrackers going off as they fall asleep and the brain zaps. Next one. Okay, thank you. Circulatory symptoms. In addition to neurological symptoms, other circulatory issues was also reported. The heart issues were primarily chest pain, angina, and tightness, trivial fibrinations, along with heart palpitations, arrhythmia, tachycardia, or PVC. A few heart attacks included fatal cases and myocarditis following blood transfusion. Pericarditis, pericardial effusion, cardiomegaly, possible heart failure, pre-existing cardiomyopathy worsening, severe blood clots, some of which was life-threatening, for example, pulmonary albinism, and resembled those seen after vaccine. Reloads, peripheral arterial disease, lumps on blood vessels, and an punctualist reporting that her limb, adamants and veins were consistent blue 4 to 6 hours after working with triple vaccinated patients. Please look at the last one. Thank you. Immune suppression. Additionally, a subset of readers appear to develop immune suppression due to shedding. As shingles is one of the most common illnesses triggered by immune suppression, it has also been the most common one triggered by vaccinations and shedding. Activations of herpes, Lyme disease, Epstein-Barr have also been repeatedly reported. Many patients have reported a chronic susceptibility to the illness after vaccination. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you so much, Henry. Yes, but today I really learned a lot of vocabulary, and then I understand what is happen with it's a singer from Canada, Justin Bieber, right? Before I see one of the picture or video a long time ago, and then one of the eyes are closed down. And then that time we know the fellow fighter, everybody know this kind of things has happened, which is because associated with the COVID vaccine. And how about Richard? You want to talk about a little bit?
Yeah, actually, I think today our PPT include a lot of medical words. I appreciate Henry. You really did the most difficult part of our broadcasting. Reading all these kind of medical words. But I think today we really list a lot of symptoms of the vaccination of COVID-19 and the shedding, right? The caused by shedding. So it's good that our audience can have learn the symptoms caused by, because sometimes when people get this kind of symptoms, when they have feel the body, they have such symptoms, but they don't realize that this is caused by the shedding or the vaccination of COVID-19, right? So it's good that we have a lot of symptoms so that different audience, they have a different experience. And another issue that Eva said that Justin Bieber, Canadian singer, right? So I heard that Justin Bieber and also Celine Dion, also Canadian. So and they got a severe vaccination, the side effect, right? Celine Dion, her face and body, all the muscle can move, but only except her eyeballs, the only part of her body you can move is the eyeballs can move left or right and up and down. So Justin Bieber is interesting. With this, it happened according to this the media report. It happened in 2022, and the title of this report said that Justin Bieber how to say, the canceled show after half of face left paralyzed by virus. So it's the face paralyzed by virus. Now we know that media always lies, or they don't want to talk about this side effect of or the killing of the COVID-19 vaccine, right? But to us, that we know that it's caused by the vaccine. And another issue, I want to share is that, actually I believe our audience is familiar with this issue, that shedding symptoms and the vaccination of COVID-19, both are like similar, but the shedding symptom is a little bit mild, right, compared to the vaccination. But the last page, I found that one phrase very interesting: chronic susceptibility to illness, which I Google or translate. I realize that, oh, this is the like they make you sick and get disease, but not the acute disease, right? So it get you make you get sick, with time goes, and get more and more, severe. So I remember, for this part, the Marx Guo told us that big pharma, they have a business model with the profit driven, right? So I believe in the future, with this COVID-19 vaccine disaster to killing the whole world, and I believe the profit driven business of the big pharma will inevitably be abandoned. So this should be the future of us, different, totally different business model. Ava.
Yeah, I really hope let's happen earlier, because that can save more people. But now they already have another kind of a vaccine coming out. We really want people understand and know it. But we talk about sometime when I talk with our fellow fighter, we just like wondering people they sick, and but still they don't think about like why they sick, and because we know the first things come out to my hair to head to our people's head is the COVID vaccine, right? Make people sick, but people still not. And then I ask why, and then see today our PPT, the first page still talk about the cognitive impairments, because they can't believe, or they have no idea these kind of things. That's why they still not, some people they still not believe it's a COVID-19 vaccine made it they sick. How about Henry? You want to talk about it a bit?
Okay, thank you, Eva. Yeah, you can see a lot of people mock us. When when the pandemic started, they mocked us like COVID-19, like a COVID was like a conspiracy theory, and then they mocked like the vaccines as as a conspiracy theory, and then they mocked COVID vaccine shedding as a conspiracy theory, and now the evidence shows that as we can see, the shedding from COVID jabs isn't just real. According to a lot of doctors, they said it's very common. Everybody thinks that it's only the unvaccinated who are screaming about the shedding. So that's not true. So they said that a lot of their doctors, patients, vaccine injured patients who are sensitive being exposed to those shedders. So and I recently I read like a report, a survey of over 6,000 people found that over 90% reported unusual reactions or changes to their to their for example like women menstrual cycles starting in early 2021. That was right after the jabs rolled out. Now we know that shedding was not only cause those kind of problems. In our episode we discussed a lot. So you can see vaccine, the COVID vaccine, not just cause a lot of problem like cancer, like immune system damage, and heart problems, so on and so forth, but also you can see even to those unvaccinated people, they got shedding problems. So you can see easy come conclusion that all those COVID jabs and and to the human beings is exactly like a like a bioweapon, as Miles Gore put it. Okay, so that's why we appreciate it. We thankful the revelation of the truth, and which saves millions of people. Thank you, Eva.
Okay, so yeah, one thing I still want to talk about a little bit. It's so sad for those like a singer or movie star, even they have a kind of a sick like with eye something, which is the very affect their career. But I really hope they can talk about a little bit what's wrong. But I didn't see. Once Richard you told is Justin Bieber that happened. The eye happens things is 2022, which is until today is 4 years ago. I never see something. Maybe he can he know and he can talk out, right? This kind of things still cannot. The media very bad. So what do you think that way? I still want your people like it's ordinary people like us. We once we talk, maybe only one or two people listen, but those people like they have a lot of fans. Maybe once they talk, they can wake up some people. So
Yeah,
we
but yeah. I want to continue with your the topic is about this singers or movie stars. Actually, they for me as a common people they are like they have everything, right? They have reputation, they have money, and they have everything. But actually, according to Miles Guo's broadcasting, we now learn that actually Hollywood or these guys are also controlled by certain power or people. I believe the evil power who control the virus and release the virus and then make the vaccine to kill people are the same person who control Hollywood, I believe. So I don't think it's easy for Justin Bieber or Celine Dion to easily to get some way to sue the government, to sue this and that. I don't think they have such opportunity. Maybe for us, the common people, yes, we have, but for them, it's hard. I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right. I never think about this way. They are controlled by those people, and once they talk out, maybe they or like finish their career already. They can't. They scared or like yeah. Okay. How about we take a look one of Miles Score's clip and then we talk back.
Only the whistleblower movement, early stage, before vaccines began. I said to beware of the vaccine disaster in January 2020 and June 2020. I said remember the scariest thing and never get vaccinated thereafter. I received 46 vaccine shots. I'm not anti-vaccine. And my sensitivities still didn't improve. The scientist then said, Brother Miles, do you trust artemisinin? I replied, I do. He said if I trust him and take artemisinin, my sensitivities would disappear. Artemisinin cured my nose. Another said, don't worry about the vaccine disaster. Just take artemisinin or ivermectin and you'll be fine, not die. If you've had 3 or fewer COVID vaccine shots, taking artemisinin or ivermectin makes death almost impossible. If you're affected by spike proteins, you may suffer stroke, stiff tongue, brain fog, cough as if ill. He said with those symptoms, artemisinin or ivermectin lets you sleep well and be fine. Thus, artemisinin and ivermectin can definitely eliminate the vaccine disaster and save your life. Another says, don't worry. People who suffered the vaccine disaster spitting on your face, it won't kill you, may cause a reaction, but you should take artemisinin. Then the global vaccine disaster and the mask issue will cease. Finally, the best news, scientists say, the Communist Party is now impossible and gone. The so-called virus beyond. The original coronavirus is their ultimate weapon. It will be digested by humanity over time.
Okay. How about Richard? What do you think of this little clip?
Yeah, and actually, as we always say that the Mars Guo told us about, the COVID-19 CCP virus, which was made and released by the CCP from Wuhan lab, right? And also CCP was also involved in the manufacture and of the COVID-19 vaccine, which is the real bioweapon to kill the whole world, especially to kill the white people. So we as fellow fighters, we benefit, a lot from Mars School because we didn't take the vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine, and also we know the ivermectin and artemisinin from the beginning, right? So we are lucky and grateful for Mars School's the revelation of this. Choose to the whole world and save the world actually. And another issue is that actually Mars will not only tell us about this CCP virus and the vaccine, and he also help us to know the truth of the whole world, and not only the political but also the economic issue and all the others. So frankly speaking, I think now it's a good moment that we can see the light in the ahead, that we will see the coming future, which is very, very bright to all of us, but especially to an NFSC. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so good. So how about Henry? You want to share something?
Yeah, sure. I just want to, the CCP is the roots of all these, problems. If we do not, take down the CCP, and then this or that kind of, virus will be released from the lab. So yeah, so just what we can do is to take out the roots. Thank you, Eva.
Okay, I think it's time's up, and we just say goodbye and see you next time.
See you next
Take
time.
down CCP.
Take down CCP.
Take down CCP. Take down CCP.